NFL draft is right around the corner. I'll show you which Utah State players made an impression on scouts during Pro Day. Bobby Wagner made a name for himself here at Romney Stadium, finishing his career in the Aggie Blue and Fighting White with 443 tackles and 4 interceptions. Now, he plays at CenturyLink Field, where he is one of the captains and vocal leaders of the fiercest defense in the NFL. I'm going to drive on 10th West, starting at 200 North, to the intersection of Highway 91 and 10th West, and see how long it takes me. And then I'll do the same thing for Main Street. That trip took me 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Now let's do the same thing, but this time taking Main Street. The trip from Main Street took me about 5 minutes and 15 seconds, and that was me getting green lights on 4 of the stoplights. So on another day where you get all red, the trip is definitely going to be longer.
I've kind of just always cut hair for fun.
People have to take a double take when they see it.
Cutting my own hair for so long, I kind of had an affinity for barbering. Oh, I can totally do this. So the more I kept doing it, the more and more motivated I got.
He can cut anything and he can make it look good no matter what. He's pretty versatile. I haven't been able to find anyone that's been able to cut my hair in the pictures that I show, except for Gino. Haven't deviated from him since.
You create a niche and you create, you know, demand, and people just got to get into you because word of mouth is just going crazy.
You got, really differently textured hair, so they're like, we recommend, Gino at the shear shack.
The most favorite aspect of cutting hair is the people.
Tell you what he was doing?
Yeah, I was just like, yeah, I could do that. I see all walks of life. It kind of gets the humility factor higher and higher up. You just don't know who you're going to meet, what story you're going to hear.
Interesting guy, but he can play the heck out of the guitar.
Keep making it happen, That's it. Where's my boy at? Like, he needs to get the scoop. Like, oh no, this is something different. I'm like, all right. That's good. The barbershop feel, you just come, you drop your guard down. Even from a female standpoint, there's no drama in a barbershop.
It's a very good environment. He's very nice and very good to work with.
There's no weird tension, there's no awkward silence. We're always joking and laughing.
He's a real hometown barber feel. It's a really comfortable atmosphere.
We're just old school vibe. I think people really are able to come in here and just chill.
With the 47th pick in the 2012 NFL Draft, the Seattle Seahawks select Bobby Wagner, linebacker, Utah State.
Bobby Wagner exploded onto the NFL scene in his first 2 seasons in the league with 260 tackles, 5 interceptions, and even came in second place for Defensive Rookie of the Year in 2012. Wagner is the most famous Aggie since Merlin Olsen to make the jump to the NFL, but he hasn't let stardom distract him from where he came from.
It feels great, to come back and see them still being successful, with Coach Wells and everything. It's good to see.
Wrapped up by the preseason WAC Defensive Player of the Year, Bobby Wagner.
During his 4 years at USU, Wagner was the catalyst of the Aggies' defense, winning WAC Defensive Player of the Year honors in his senior season and leading USU to their first bowl game in 14 years.
The team's still doing good, defense is still doing good, so I'm proud.
Bobby Wagner made a name for himself here at Romney Stadium, finishing his career in the Aggie Blue and Fighting White with 443 tackles and 4 interceptions. Now, he plays at CenturyLink Field, where he is one of the captains and vocal leaders of the fiercest defense in the NFL.
I expect a lot of tackles, a lot of interceptions, big plays. I just want to be a big key to the defense, and I feel like I'm doing a good job, but I feel like I could do more.
Bobby Wagner, the rookie, was all over it. Fast and physical inside linebacker.
Wagner can become the 4th ever USU player to win a Super Bowl ring and bring the city of Seattle their first ever Super Bowl and their first championship since 1979. This sheep was just one of the many animals on display for people to see at the American Heritage Center over the weekend.
The idea is to let the public in to pet and hold all these cute and cuddly critters.
And that's exactly what they did as kids held rabbits, chicks, and ducks.
You're a duck whisperer.
No. They even got to hold the non-cuddly animals like a snake, salamander, and these tiny turtles.
He likes to crawl.
If holding animals isn't for you, there was plenty of other activities going on to keep you entertained.
We actually have a bucking bull, we have a fishing pond, we have our ponies that are a little small so our younger friends can ride them, and then we have horses that are your regular saddle-side horses.
But the star of the show was the Yellowstone bears. People waited in line for almost an hour to just get a glimpse of these adorable animals, and it seemed the wait was well worth it. What was your guys' favorite part about the bears?
When they were rolling around playing with each other. The one tried to get out and he got him and he kind of growled at him. That was cute.
Okay. And he bit his toe.
They are little and they are cute.
But some kids liked the more traditional animals.
The horse.
The horse? What was your favorite animal?
Bunnies.
Bunnies? Did you get to play with the bunny? Yeah? Did you hold it? Did it try to run away?
No.
Playing with furry critters like this may be fun, but there can be a negative side effect to handling so many animals, so it's important to remember to wash your hands once you're done.
If you go from one deck to another deck, you might carry something. And so we have hand sanitation units right outside each pen, so as you walk out, you can hurry and put a little squirt of hand sanitizer, rub your hands real quick, and all that germ ickiness is gone.
But sometimes parents have to put it in easier terms for their kids to understand why cleaning your hands is important.
I just let them know that we don't want to get sick, because then you can't come do fun things like this.
And that's exactly what Baby Animal Days is all about, having fun. Jason Borba, ATV News. Against BYU, you got hurt. Did you know it was going to be season ending when it happened? What was going through your mind?
I knew it was a different type of pain, never experienced it before, and generally I'd like to say I'm decent with pain, but this was definitely something different. I just knew it hurt, and that was about it. It was definitely something I'm not going to forget.
How do you think the team has done stepping up in your absence, especially Daryl Garrettson?
Daryl's definitely been producing. That's a lot of pride that I have in him and what he's been doing, and with this team kind of treats him like as their kid as well, just because they know he's stepping into a big role, and he's a key piece to the offense, not just the offense, but the entire team.
The Hawaii Warriors didn't get into Logan until about 4 a.m. because of the shootings that happened at Los Angeles Airport. We'll see how a 2 p.m. kickoff time will affect them against the Utah State Aggies. It seemed as though the late arrival hurt Hawaii as USU's Daryl Garrettson finds Bruce Natson for the touchdown on the Aggies' first drive. That was just the beginning for Garrettson, as he would have a huge day throwing the ball, finishing with a freshman record 370 passing yards.
We have a freshman who come in here and put on his big boy pants.
Garrettson threw 2 more touchdowns, this one to Travis Reynolds.
Touchdown, Aggies!
And this one to roommate Wyatt Houston.
That's what we want out of him. We want him to play a little bit better each and every week, and I thought he was very, very efficient.
Getting the ball to the wide receivers, and really they just made the plays, and all I was doing was facilitating.
Garrettson wasn't the only one with a monster game. The defense racked up not 1, not 2, but 3 interceptions, including this one by Kyler Fackrell, who takes it to the house as USU rolls 47-10.
And anytime you can score a defensive touchdown, that's huge, and just happy for Kyler and the whole defense on that deal.
With the win, Utah State improves to 5-4 on the season and are 1 game away from clinching their 3rd consecutive bowl game. From Romney Stadium, Jason Borba, ATV Sports. In a couple hours, Utah State and Boise State will kick off for the first time since 2010, where the Broncos beat the Aggies 50-14. USU star quarterback Chucky Keeton is done for the season, which means the Craig Harrison era officially begins tonight. College athletes also argue, since their likeness is used in video games such as this one, that they should receive some kind of compensation, which has led the NCAA to end their agreement with EA Sports and thus killing the football video game franchise.